Hello, everyone. Hello, and happy Tuesday. I am just a little confused as to what day it is. I think that's a common denominator nowadays. We had a big snowstorm over the weekend, and I was ready for it. We were ready for it. I was so excited, just like a kid. And I am just having a great Sunday morning as the snow's starting to come down, and it's coming down real heavy. And I was listening to stuff that made my heart happy. I'm planning out meals. I'm even like gonna clean out a cabinet. I have so got this. I was on cloud nine. I'm completely connected to my higher being, just really in this state where like I could see each individual snowflake and each one was perfect in its own sparkly glory. Yeah, I had my book. I was sitting by the fire and I was just locked in and completely aligned, just in the zone, absolutely enlightened. And then my husband comes in and says the snowblower died on the first pass. And I was a little less enlightened. But I was fine. I was still fine. I'm fine. I'm like, nope, I will go out in the glory of my being in all that is perfect, and I will magically fix this. By the time I put on my stuff, my boots, my coat, and went out in the garage, one of the batteries slipped out of his hand and got jammed in one of the terminals, one of the two battery ports. And half an hour later, the two of us sweating, screaming, grunting, tools were used, curses were thrown, and nothing moved. And I'm thinking like, what? I'm so divine and I'm so locked in, like I should be able to magically like morph this thing out of there. Nothing, crowbars, hammers, nothing. And I lost a little bit of my connection as well as a lot of bit of my mind, because how is this possible when I am so tapped in, turned on, locked in to all that is and the divine perfection of the universe, that like not 5 minutes later my preparedness, my zen, my everything's fine was dramatically challenged, because we got over a foot of snow, and there was no help coming. So all of a sudden I'm sitting there and going like, this just can't be. And then I realized like, it's not, it's just my perspective of it, right? Nothing's actually gone wrong unless I believe it has. And so long story longer, once I shifted my perspective, the flop sweating stopped a little bit, which kind of helped. And then the panic subsided. And then we could both see that like there was still another battery terminal that was completely fine and unencumbered. And so my husband managed to run it 4 times, and on one battery, and we'll get it fixed this week. And everything was absolutely fine once I went back just a little bit to my state that I disconnected from immensely. 2 seconds ago, zen, one battery, not so zen. So yeah, it's really is everything that we've been talking about for ages, right? It's not conditions that make us happy. It's not things that make us happy. It's not, we can be as prepared as we want to be, and things are always going to happen. Are we widening our windows of capacity? Are we building our resilience? Are we reaching out into the infinite field of potentials, which is always there for us? Can I get back into that field that I was just in 5 minutes prior of everything's fine? Everything is fine. Nothing's wrong. Is that maybe a little bit of our narrowing of focus, right? Panic, fear, a story that I didn't even know that I was holding until that moment in the garage with the snowblower of, you can either be zenned out or you can be in life, right? And so that's why I got such a hard hit there. That's why that was such a difficult thing in the moment when I narrowed my focus and went, well, that was so this morning. Of course you were zen out. You were reading a book by the fire with a cup of tea and your booties on. And now this is life, right? Didn't even see that one coming. I mean, I thought it was there, but I thought it was just like in my mind, right? Is a quick like, all right, sure. It's a perspective shift. No, it was a hardcore belief. And that's why that was such a hard hit for me. And that's why I pulled out as quickly as I did. Because a belief got activated that I had an opportunity to see. And I also had an opportunity to open back up to the field of potential. So, yeah, that's enlightenment in action, evolution. I don't know what we're calling this anymore. Maybe it was just a rough weekend. So, hope that's helpful as everyone moves about their day, their week. When we think things are just going wrong and that everything's failed, or some things have failed, or that they're not going our way, pull up a little bit and just see what else is there. So, bye for now.